Welcome to the France 24 Observers. We've had another reminder this month of how valuable cell phones and the internet can be in getting information out to the world. The earthquake and tsunami in Japan cut off millions of people from landlines and from electricity. But even before journalists got to the scene, people were already getting word out via Twitter and Skype. We begin in Sendai, northern Japan. It's a city of 1 million people with a major university and around 10,000 experts. It's also the city that was closest to the earthquake and tsunami. Our observer lives in the city center, so he didn't see the waves coming in, but he did feel the earthquake, and it's something he will never forget. We start in Sendai with our observer Gwenaël Leyudek.
When the earthquake hit, I was virtually in the same place I'm in right now. I was with my wife and daughter. We saw the furniture moving. The sideboard was right behind me. It was really swaying back and forth. First off, we tried to hold the furniture in place, but then it went on, and we gave up. We ended up hiding under the table. The table's right over there. It lasted for nearly 30 seconds. When it was over, we came out from under the table right away, me, my wife, and the kids. Everyone knows what to do if there's a quake. You go to the assembly point in the gymnasium at the nearest school. It was pretty bad at the gym. There was no information, no electricity, no heat, so the first night was pretty tough. I'm still in shock after going through a quake like that, and then all the aftershocks. It haunts you. It creates a doubt at the back of your mind, something I'll have the rest of the time I'm in Japan. And as soon as I feel the slightest shake, I'll remember the great quake of March 11th, 2011.
Now to Ivory Coast in West Africa and the standoff between President Laurent Gbagbo and his rival Alassane Ouattara. The United Nations has recognized Ouattara as the rightful president, and their forces have been protecting him at a hotel in Abidjan. That has made them a target for supporters of Gbagbo in the streets. We head to Abidjan with Philippe.
In the video, you see a UN vehicle in the car park of a supermarket in Abidjan. People in the crowd got angry at the ONUC logo. That's the French name for the UN force in Ivory Coast. They burned the vehicle and harassed the driver. It's not the first time this kind of thing has happened. Back in December, people in the Yopougon district surrounded a UN patrol and refused to let it leave. In the end, the head of the Ivorian army had to intervene in person. He managed to get the UN soldiers out unharmed. It's happening because the perception here, whether it's true or not, is that the UN is on Ouattara's side. It's sad to say, but the tension between the people here in the south and the UN troops could explode at any minute.
We asked the UN mission about Philippe's concerns, and a spokesman reiterated that the mission remains neutral in the standoff. To East Africa now, and the ancient civilization of Ethiopia, whose people depended for thousands of years on the country's dense forests. But around 2/3 of those forests have disappeared in the last 100 years as the population grows. There have been a few pockets of preservation, though, around the country's Orthodox Christian churches. We head to the region around Lake Tana with our observer Margaret Lohman, who's known as Canopy Meg.
It's amazing. If you Google northeastern Ethiopia, you'll see little tiny green circles amidst a lot of very brown, over-farmed regions. And these little tiny green circles are the forests that surround the actual churches themselves. Some are as old as 1,500 years. And in the Orthodox Christian church culture, the priests feel that the church should be the stewards of nature. So they have always looked after the forests around the churches. It's really critical. It also contains a lot of the freshwater springs, the sources of native seeds, the biodiversity, the pollinators for their crops, and of course the cultural heritage. Problem is that around the edges of forest, oftentimes the trees get a little bit stressed. Sometimes the people just not meaning to be bad, they cut down those trees that look weaker. So we're starting a project to work with the priests in the church and help them save those last pieces of very important forest.
That's it for this week. As always, you can find more reports from our observers on our website. See you next time.